How to spot the next big idea in tech before everyone else does. You probably heard someone say, I had that idea years ago. Maybe you've even said it yourself. The key to spotting the next big thing isn't luck. It's about staying curious and understanding problems and connecting the dots faster than others. In my work with Line Pro Dev, I've seen firsthand how spotting tech trends early can open doors and help us stay ahead of the curve. Let's break down how you can do this too. The problem comes to hesitation versus opportunity. Many professionals fall into two traps: fear of missing out and fear of getting burned. These two forces push and pull us in opposite directions. In one hand, we're rushing to keep up with trends. In the other, we're hesitant to act in case we're wrong. By the time we decide, the best opportunities are gone. I've been there, and there was this project that I hesitated to dive into because I thought the trend would fade soon. By the time I took it seriously, others had already moved in, and we missed a big opportunity. FOMO and FOJIB, I've been there. There was a project I hesitated to dive into because I thought the trend would fade away. By the time I took it seriously, others had already moved in, and we missed a big opportunity. Fear of missing out and fear of being burned held us back. But there's a way to overcome them both. The solution: spotting what others miss. First of all, follow frustrations. Innovation comes from solving real problems. Look for complaints, inefficiencies, and pain points that people constantly bring up. If something's broken, there's an opportunity. For example, Uber didn't start because someone thought taxis are great. It started because people were frustrated with unreliable and costly transportation options. By listening to what frustrated people, you can pinpoint opportunities others have overlooked. In my own projects, some of the best ideas came from identifying and fixing the friction points that users encounter daily and shared with us. Number 2, look beyond the hype. Flashy tech doesn't always mean it's game-changing. It's tempting to get excited by the latest tool or app, but true innovation is more than bells and whistles. Ask yourself, does it solve a real problem? Can it scale? For example, VR and AR, virtual reality and augmented reality, are hyped up for their entertainment value, but only recently are we seeing more practical applications in fields like healthcare and education. Be cautious about investing energy in a tool that doesn't add lasting value. Sometimes the less glamorous tech with clear purposes is what changes the game. In our work at Line Pro Dev, we focus on substance over flash, ensuring that we build actual services into our clients based off of our clients' needs. Number 3, be a fast learner. You don't need to be first, but you do need to adapt quickly. Stay informed, connect with industry insiders, and be open to constant learning. Quick learners capitalize on trends without burning out from chasing every new thing. For example, I dedicate time every week to catch up on tech insights and industry shifts. Whether it's through reading, conversations, or testing out new tools, being curious pays off. I also set aside time to process these learnings and apply them. Think about small ways that you can commit to being a fast learner, like setting up Google Alerts on topics that interest you or following industry thought leaders on LinkedIn. Number 4, build a brotherhood of success. The road to success is rarely one you can walk alone. To get through the challenges ahead, you need 2 trusted partners who will stand by you and challenge your ideas at just the right times, before you start, after you've done some research, and once you've built the MVP. Together, you'll form a powerhouse or brotherhood that will help you overcome obstacles and hone your vision. Here's how to form this core team. You have to have the visionary. The visionary is the person who sees potential, connects ideas, and has the technical expertise. They're the creative engine behind the ideas and can dive deep into the nuts and bolts of the execution. Second is the people person. This person connects with people, senses their needs, and can build a strong rapport with users, customers, and stakeholders. They'll ensure that your project resonates with the people that it's meant to serve. And third is the negotiator. This team member knows how to turn a maybe into a yes. They can secure resources, forge partnerships, and open doors that others might not even see. Ideally, each of you will excel in one of these roles, but there's going to be some crossover knowledge. The key is to have clear understanding of who brings which strengths and to rely on each other as a balanced support system. Your goal is to create a tightly knit problem-solving team that supports single-minded success. And once you've assembled your brotherhood, here's your mission. Start a project together and work to either succeed or fail as quickly and affordably as possible. So some steps to build momentum together. First of all, number one, brainstorm your ideas. Start with a rapid exchange of ideas. Throw everything on the table from wild to practical and let each person's strengths shape the possibilities. Two is test the assumptions. Narrow down to a handful of promising ideas. For each one, ask, what's the simplest, quickest way to test its core assumption? Break it down into a minimum viable concept and get feedback fast. 3, validate the feasibility. Test the most critical concepts and check for anything that could stop your idea before it starts. For example, when the founders of Netflix first had their idea, they mailed themselves a CD through the post office system just to see if it would arrive intact, an essential validation before they would even consider their business. They tested what might kill their idea before moving on to what could make it successful. At Line Pro Dev, we follow a very similar process where we quickly validate user interest, technical feasibility, and challenges, testing critical assumptions early. A great reference for this approach is the book Value Proposition Design by Alexander Otzwalder and there's a long list of authors, which outlines methods for refining and validating ideas with minimal risk. Number 4 is launch and learn. Take action with the most viable idea and get it in front of people and gather data. Use the feedback to iterate or pivot, and don't be afraid of failure. Every setback brings clarity and insights that you can apply on the next project. The goal isn't to launch perfectly. It's to build experience and momentum with each project. So when you do move to bigger ones, you're a team with a proven track record. A well-owned, experienced team is often more valuable to investors than just the business concept. Keep pushing forward and learn as quickly and affordably as possible. With the right team, you'll grow faster, develop better ideas, and create solutions that resonate with people and attract investors. Number 5, trust your gut, but validate with data. Your insights are valuable, but data is crucial. Relying solely on gut feelings can lead to overconfidence, but combining them with data creates a strong foundation. Use market trends, competitor analysis, and industry reports to confirm your hunches. For example, I remember a time when I felt strongly about a feature, but it wasn't until we tested it with real data that we knew it had potential. Trusting your gut is important, but balance it with the discipline of data. Tools like Google Trends, SEMrush, and Answer the Public can help provide a wealth of insights to help back up your ideas and keep your assumptions grounded in reality. For the future gain, why this approach pays off. Following these steps may feel slow at first, but the long-term benefits are immense. Building this skill helps you spot valuable trends and stay ahead of competition. Over time, you'll gain a reputation as someone who knows where the industry is headed, and that's priceless. The network that you build, the ideas you discover, and the knowledge you acquire will be the foundation for lasting success. Start spotting. Take one step this week. What frustrations do you see in your industry? Is there a tool that's all hype or a trend that's quietly rising? Comment below with your insights. I'd love to hear what you're observing. And remember, fortune favors the fast learners and the bold thinkers. Don't wait for the next big idea to find you. Go out there and spot it.